Tonight may feel like an ordinary night, but maybe it is not as ordinary as it seems. Maybe you came here because your heart was tired of carrying too much in silence. Maybe you did not plan it. Maybe you only clicked because something in the title touched a quiet place inside you. Maybe a part of you has been asking for comfort, for a sign, for a soft reminder that life has not turned away from you. And now these words are here, meeting you in this exact moment, not to scare you, not to pressure you, not to make you feel that you must fix your whole life before morning, but to remind you that even in the dark, you are still being held by something loving. This message found me because my heart is ready to receive it. There are moments when life speaks in a very quiet way. It does not always speak through big signs. It does not always come like thunder. Sometimes life speaks through a sentence you hear at the right time. Sometimes it speaks through a feeling in the chest. Sometimes it speaks through a soft pull inside you that says, "Stay here. Listen for a little while. Do not run from yourself tonight." And maybe this is one of those moments. Maybe your soul has been asking for a gentler voice. Maybe your mind has been too loud. Maybe your body has been tense for too long. Maybe your heart has been trying to be strong when what it really needs is rest. If these words reached you tonight, let them come close. You do not have to earn them. You do not have to be perfect to receive comfort. You only have to be willing to let a little peace enter. Before this night becomes another place where you replay the past, pause for a moment. Before you pull every worry into bed with you, pause. Before you count every mistake, every delay, every person who did not understand you, every door that did not open, pause. There is something sacred about the moment before sleep. The world becomes a little softer. The mind begins to loosen. The body asks for safety. The heart becomes honest in the dark. And if fear has been sitting beside you for many nights, maybe tonight can be different. Not because everything outside is solved. Not because every answer has arrived. Not because every wound has disappeared. But because tonight you can choose not to feed the fear in the same old way. Tonight you can give your mind a kinder message. Tonight you can say, "I do not have to carry the whole weight of my life into this bed. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to receive. I am allowed to be held by peace." So many people think a sign must be loud, strange, or impossible to explain. But sometimes the sign is very simple. Sometimes it is just the right words at the right time. Sometimes it is the small feeling that you are not alone, even when the room is quiet. Sometimes it is the breath that finally becomes deeper after a long day. Sometimes it is the tear that comes because a part of you feels seen. My dear, do not reject the small signs because they are not dramatic enough. Life often reaches the heart in simple ways. A gentle sentence can be a sign. A sudden calm can be a sign. A soft thought before sleep can be a sign. A message that makes you stop and place your hand on your heart can be a sign. Tonight, maybe life is not asking you to understand everything. Maybe life is only asking you to listen, and listen gently. Do not listen as if there is a test. Do not listen as if you must become healed in one night. Do not listen as if you must force yourself to believe every word right away. Just listen the way a tired child listens to a kind voice in the dark. Let the words be simple. Let them be near. Let them settle where they can. Maybe one sentence will touch you. Maybe one thought will stay with you. Maybe one breath will feel a little easier. That is enough for tonight. Healing does not always begin with a huge change. Sometimes it begins with one moment when you stop attacking yourself. Sometimes it begins when you hear you are safe, and a small part of you wants to believe it. Sometimes it begins when you say, I am tired of living only from fear. I am ready for another way. Maybe this message was sent to reach the part of you that has been pretending to be fine, the part that smiles but feels heavy, the part that helps others but does not know how to ask for help. The part that says, I am okay, while the heart quietly says, I need softness. That part of you is welcome here. You do not have to hide from these words. You do not have to prove that you are strong. Strength is not only pushing through. Strength is also allowing yourself to be comforted. Strength is being honest enough to say, I need peace tonight. Strength is no longer making your pain a secret from your own heart. Maybe the most loving thing you can do tonight is stop running from the tired place inside you and sit with it, kindly. There is no need to force a smile over pain. There is no need to pretend that everything has been easy. There is no need to tell yourself that you should be over it by now. Some feelings take time. Some wounds open slowly because they are asking to be held, not hurried. Some fears return because they have not yet learned that you are safe now. And this message is not here to push you. It is here to remind you that you can meet yourself with more love than you did yesterday. You can speak to your heart with a softer voice. You can stop making every hard moment mean that life has abandoned you. You can stop making every delay mean that nothing good is coming. You can stop making every quiet night mean that you are alone. Something loving can still reach you in the quiet. Tonight, let this truth come near. You are not listening by accident. Something in you is ready. Maybe you are ready to release one old thought. Maybe you are ready to stop sleeping with fear pressed against your chest. Maybe you are ready to stop begging the past to explain itself. Maybe you are ready to stop calling yourself lost when you are really being guided back to your own heart. You may not know the full reason you are here. You may not understand why these words found you now, but your deeper self knows. Your soul understands timing in a way the worried mind does not. The mind says, why now? The heart says, because I needed this. The mind says, is this really for me? The soul says, receive what feels like love. Let tonight be a softer doorway. Not a doorway into pressure, not a doorway into another list of things to fix, a doorway into rest, a doorway into trust, a doorway into the simple truth that you are allowed to be cared for even while you are still learning, still healing, still becoming. You are allowed to receive peace before the problem is solved. You are allowed to feel loved before everything looks perfect. You are allowed to breathe before you know what comes next. Many people wait until life becomes easy before they allow the body to relax. But the body needs safety now. The heart needs kindness now. The mind needs a new message now. So tonight, say gently, I do not wait for life to be perfect before I give myself peace. Maybe your day was heavy. Maybe there were words you wish had been different. Maybe there were things you did not finish. Maybe you felt unseen, misunderstood, tired, or far away from the life you want. But this night does not have to become a punishment. You do not have to use the dark to hurt yourself again. You do not have to lie there and replay every moment that made you feel small. You do not have to drag yesterday, last month, or last year into this bed. You can allow this moment to be clean. You can allow this breath to be new. You can let one loving thought enter the mind and say, I am still here. Life is still with me. I can begin again from peace. And if a part of you says, but I do not feel peaceful, do not fight that part. Hold it. If a part of you says, I am scared, do not shame it. Listen. If a part of you says, I do not know how to trust, do not force it. Comfort it. The goal tonight is not to become a perfect believer in peace. The goal tonight is to stop being cruel to yourself for needing peace. You can be afraid and still be loved. You can be tired and still be guided. You can feel unsure and still be safe enough for this breath. You do not have to rise above your feelings. You can sit beside them with a kinder voice. You can say, I see you, I hear you. I am not leaving you alone tonight. This is how the message reaches you. Not by pushing past your heart, but by meeting it. Not by demanding that you change, but by inviting you to soften. Not by saying your pain is wrong, but by saying your pain does not have to be your home forever. Tonight, these words can be a small light in the room of your mind. They can remind you that life is not only the problems you face. Life is also the quiet support that comes when you least expect it. Life is the inner voice that says, breathe. Life is the gentle pull that says, listen. Life is the new thought that says, maybe I am not as alone as I feared. Life is the peace that begins before the answer arrives. Let this message become personal, not because it belongs only to one kind of person, but because love always knows how to speak directly to the heart that is ready. If your heart is tired, receive rest. If your mind is busy, receive quiet. If your body is tense, receive softness. If your soul feels far away, receive the reminder that you have not been lost to life. You may have been tired. You may have been confused. You may have been waiting longer than you wanted. But you are still here, and being here means there is still something living inside you that wants light. There is still a part of you that believes, even softly, that healing is possible. Honor that part tonight. It brought you here. So before sleep, let your inner world hear this clearly. I am not here by accident. These words are reaching me at the right time. My heart is open enough to receive what is gentle. My mind is allowed to rest. My body is allowed to soften. My soul is allowed to remember peace. I do not need to understand the whole path tonight. I only need to receive this moment with love. Let those words move slowly through you. Let them find the places that have been waiting. Let them sit near the worry without fighting it. Let them sit near the sadness without pushing it away. Let them sit near the hope that has been afraid to hope again. Tonight, something loving is allowed to reach you. The last thoughts you give your mind before sleep matter more than you may realize. They are not small. They are not meaningless. They are like seeds placed into the soft soil of the night. If you lie down with fear, the mind keeps searching for danger. If you lie down with regret, the heart keeps walking through the past. If you lie down with anger, the body stays tight, even when the room is quiet. If you lie down with the same painful question, why is nothing changing? The mind may spend the night looking for more reasons to believe nothing can change. This is why tonight is so important. Not because you must control every thought, but because you can gently choose the direction of your inner world before sleep. Please understand this softly. This is not another reason to be afraid of your thoughts. You do not need to panic because you had a sad thought or a worried thought. You are human. Thoughts come. Feelings come. Fear may come, but you do not have to build a bed for fear and invite it to sleep beside you every night. You do not have to give fear the final word before your eyes close. You do not have to let worry become the last voice your body hears. You can notice fear and still choose a softer sentence. You can feel unsure and still whisper, I am safe enough for this moment. You can have problems and still say, I release what I cannot solve tonight. That is not denial. That is mercy. There is a difference between handling life and carrying life into your nervous system all night long. You can have real responsibilities and still rest. You can have unanswered questions and still give your heart peace. You can care deeply about your future without frightening yourself in the dark. Many people believe that worry is proof that they care. They think if they stop worrying, they are being careless. But worry is not love. Worry is not wisdom. Worry is not a magic shield that protects you from tomorrow. Worry is often the mind trying to feel in control when it does not know what will happen. And my dear, the mind deserves kindness, but it does not deserve to rule the whole night with fear. If you go to sleep asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" the mind will try to answer. It will search for old pain. It will collect memories. It will bring up signs of danger. It will make tomorrow look darker than it is. The body will listen and prepare for battle, even while you are lying still. Your shoulders may stay tight. Your jaw may hold the day. Your stomach may remain closed. Your breath may become small. This is why some people wake up tired even after many hours in bed. The body was resting, but the inner world was still fighting. Tonight, you can begin to teach the body something new. You can say, "The day is over. I am not in battle now. I am allowed to rest." If you sleep with self-blame in your heart, the night becomes heavy. You may replay what you said, what you did, what you forgot, what you should have known, what you should have changed sooner. And the mind can be very harsh at night. It may say, "You always do this. You are behind. You should be better by now." But listen gently. That voice is not truth. It is an old habit. It may sound familiar because you have heard it for a long time, but familiar does not mean loving. Tonight, you can interrupt it. You can say, "I am learning, I am human. I do not need to punish myself to grow. I can take the lesson and leave the cruelty." If you sleep with sadness in your heart, do not push it away. Sadness does not need to be attacked. It needs comfort. It may be carrying grief, loneliness, disappointment, or the weight of wanting something that has not arrived yet. But sadness should not be left alone with a harsh mind. If sadness is present tonight, place love beside it. Say, "I know you are here. I know you are tired. I will not make you wrong. We are safe enough to rest." This is a different way to sleep. You are not forcing yourself to be happy. You are becoming kind to the part of you that is not happy yet. That kindness is powerful. It tells the heart, "You do not have to suffer alone inside me." If you sleep with anger in your heart, listen to what it is guarding. Anger often stands near a boundary. It may say, "That hurt. That was not fair. I gave too much. I stayed too long. I was not heard." Anger is not always bad. Sometimes it is a signal that something inside you needs truth. But anger can become poison when you carry it into every night without care. You do not have to solve the whole situation before sleep. You only have to stop letting anger burn your body while the other person may not even know. You can say, "I hear this anger. I will listen to the truth it carries." But tonight, I release the heat from my body. Tonight, I choose peace without denying my truth. The final thoughts before sleep are like instructions. They tell the deeper mind what to hold, what to search for, what to repeat, and what to soften around. If the final instruction is fear, the mind follows fear. If the final instruction is peace, the mind begins to learn peace. This does not happen perfectly in one night. Do not make it another task that you must do right. Think of it like teaching a child a new bedtime rhythm. At first, the child may still be restless. At first, the mind may still reach for worry. But each night you return with the same gentle message. I am safe. I am held. I release the day. I trust the night. Little by little, the inner world begins to believe that rest is allowed. This is why tonight, before sleep, you can choose not to feed fear. You may still have thoughts. You may still have feelings. But you can choose not to make fear the center of the night. You can take your attention back slowly. Attention is like water. What you water becomes stronger. If you water fear every night, fear grows deep roots. If you water regret every night, regret becomes familiar. If you water hope, peace, forgiveness, and trust, something new begins to grow. It may grow quietly. It may grow under the surface before you can see it. But it is growing. The mind becomes what it hears often. The body begins to trust what it feels often. The heart opens to what it receives often. So tonight, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what does my heart need before sleep? Instead of asking, what if tomorrow is hard? Ask, how can I meet tomorrow one step at a time? Instead of asking, why am I still not healed? Ask, what part of me needs love right now? These questions are softer. They do not send the mind into panic. They invite the mind into care. A harsh question can make the body tighten. A loving question can make the body listen. You are not trying to trick yourself. You are guiding yourself. You are telling the mind, do not search only for danger tonight. Search for peace. Search for support. Search for the next gentle thought. The night is not the time to solve your whole life. This is very important. The tired mind is not always wise. The tired mind may make small problems look huge. It may make silence look like rejection. It may make delay look like failure. It may make one mistake look like your whole identity. Many painful thoughts become louder at night because the body is tired and the heart has no more strength to pretend. So do not believe every dark thought that visits you when you are exhausted. Greet it gently, but do not crown it as truth. Say, this thought is here, but it does not get to lead me tonight. I can come back to this in the morning with a calmer heart. Before sleep, you can place the day down. Not throw it away, not deny it. Place it down. The words were spoken. The tasks were done or not done. The people behaved as they behaved. The feelings came. The lessons may still be forming. But the day is complete enough for this moment. You do not have to carry it into the night like a heavy bag. You can say, I did what I could with the energy I had. I release what is not mine to hold. I allow this day to end. That sentence can bring deep relief. Many people do not let the day end. They keep living it in the mind long after it is gone. Tonight, let the day be over. If there is something you must do tomorrow, write it down if you need to, and then let it rest on the paper instead of inside your chest. If there is a conversation you need to have, let it wait for a clearer mind. If there is a fear about money, health, love, or work, do not let fear speak to you all night without love answering back. Love can say, we will take one step. Love can say, we do not know the whole answer yet, but we are not helpless. Love can say, tonight we rest, because rest helps us see more clearly. Rest is not giving up. Rest is not weakness. Rest is part of healing. Rest is part of trust. Rest is part of allowing the mind to become soft again. Do not sleep with the belief that you are alone. Even if the room is quiet, even if no one is beside you, even if the day felt empty, you are not alone inside life. There is a deeper love moving through your breath. There is a quiet wisdom in the body that continues working while you sleep. There is a part of you, your soul, that still knows the way back to peace. Loneliness may be present, but it is not the whole truth. Fear may be present, but it is not the whole truth. The whole truth is wider. The whole truth says, I am here. I am breathing. I am connected to life. I am allowed to receive support in ways I cannot see yet. This matters because the heart becomes heavy when it sleeps with the same old pain every night. If each night you tell yourself nothing changes, the mind starts to expect no change. If each night you tell yourself nobody cares, the heart begins to close before love can enter. If each night you tell yourself I am not enough, the body wakes up already carrying shame. But if tonight you tell yourself I am learning a new way, something shifts. If tonight you say, I may not see the answer yet, but I am open to support, something shifts. If tonight you whisper, I am safe enough to rest, something shifts. It may be small, but small shifts matter. They are how a new inner life begins. Think of a dark room with one small candle. The candle does not remove the whole darkness at once, but it changes the room. It gives the eyes somewhere gentle to look. A peaceful thought before sleep can be like that candle. It may not answer every question. It may not remove every problem, but it changes the energy inside you. It gives the nervous system a new signal. It gives the heart one safe place to rest. Tonight, you do not need 1,000 candles. You need one. One sentence, one breath, one loving thought, one moment when fear does not get the final word. That is enough to begin. So choose your night sentence with care. Let it be simple enough for the body to believe. Do not choose words that feel like a fight. If saying I am completely healed feels too far away, say I am open to healing. If saying I trust everything feels too hard, say I am willing to trust one breath at a time. If saying I love myself fully feels difficult, say I am willing to be kinder to myself tonight. The body loves gentle truth more than forced perfection. Healing words must feel like a warm hand, not a command. They must meet you where you are and invite you forward softly. Tonight, maybe your sentence is, I do not carry fear into sleep. Maybe it is, I release this day and allow my body to rest. Maybe it is, life is helping me in ways I cannot see. Maybe it is, I am safe in this breath. Maybe it is, I forgive myself enough to sleep in peace. Choose one. Let it be enough. Repeat it slowly, not with pressure, not like a task, but like a lullaby for the heart. Let the words become slower than your worry. Let the breath become softer than your fear. Let the body know that the old alarm does not have to stay turned on all night. And if fear returns after you say the sentence, do not think you failed. Just return again. Fear may knock more than once. Old habits may come back, the mind may try to pull you into the old question. But each return is practice. Each return is love. Each return teaches the deeper mind that you are no longer fully loyal to fear. You are learning another rhythm. You are learning to let peace have a voice. You are learning to close the day with kindness instead of punishment. This is not small. It is sacred inner work. It may look like lying quietly in bed, but inside, you are changing the way your mind meets the night. Tonight, let this be clear in your heart. You do not need fear to protect you while you sleep. You do not need shame to make you better by morning. You do not need worry to prove that you care. You do not need to rehearse pain to prepare for life. You are allowed to rest without solving everything. You are allowed to be held without understanding everything. You are allowed to sleep with a question still open. You are allowed to trust that morning can bring a softer mind. Let your last inner words be kind. Let your last feeling be a little more open. Let your last breath remind you that you are here, and life is still moving through you. I do not carry fear into sleep. I give my mind peace tonight. I do not hand the night to worry. I do not make the dark a place of punishment. I let the body soften. I let the heart rest. I let the mind release what it cannot solve right now. Tonight, I choose one gentle thought and I let it stay near me. Tonight, I allow love to speak louder than fear. Tonight, I let my deeper mind receive safety. Tonight I sleep as someone who is still guided, still held, and still worthy of peace. Your soul is not lost, my dear. It may feel tired. It may feel quiet. It may feel covered by fear, pain, pressure, or old disappointment. But it is not lost. There is a difference between being lost and being tired. There is a difference between being forgotten and being in a season that is asking you to slow down. There is a difference between having no path and not being able to see the next step yet. The worried mind may say, I do not know where I am going, so maybe I am lost. But the soul knows something deeper. The soul knows that sometimes the path becomes quiet because you are being brought back to yourself. Maybe you have been calling yourself lost because life does not look the way you thought it would by now. Maybe you expected to feel clearer, stronger, more certain, more settled. Maybe you look around and feel that others are moving while you are still trying to understand your own heart. But timing is not the same for every soul. Healing is not the same for every soul. Growth does not always look like movement on the outside. Sometimes growth looks like finally telling yourself the truth. Sometimes it looks like not chasing what drains you. Sometimes it looks like resting because your body has been begging for care. Sometimes it looks like crying after being strong for too long. None of that means you are lost. It means you are human. It means something inside you is asking to be loved more honestly. Your soul may feel lost when you have been living too long from other people's voices. When you try to please everyone, you may forget what peace sounds like inside your own chest. When you keep saying yes while your whole body says no, your inner voice becomes quiet. When you shape yourself around approval, your soul begins to feel far away. But it has not left you. It is still there under the noise. It is still speaking through the tightness in your body, the sadness in your heart, the little pull toward a better way. The discomfort you feel may not be proof that something is wrong with you. It may be proof that your soul is calling you back. Sometimes the soul feels lost because the mind keeps asking for the whole map. The mind wants to know every step. It wants proof, timing, reasons, signs, and complete safety before it moves. But life often gives only one step at a time. One honest breath. One small choice. One sentence that feels true. One boundary, one release, one quiet moment of trust. If you cannot see the whole path tonight, do not call that failure. The whole path is not always shown at once because you may not need the whole path tonight. You may only need to know the next loving thing. What is the next kind thought? What is the next peaceful step? What is the next thing your heart needs to hear? That is enough for this moment. If your soul feels far away, begin with gentleness. Do not go looking for it with panic. Do not say, "Why am I like this? Why am I so behind? Why can I not be better?" Those questions push the soul deeper into hiding. Ask softer questions. What have I been carrying that is too heavy? Where have I stopped listening to myself? What do I need tonight? What would feel like kindness right now? These questions open a door. They do not force. They invite. And the soul responds to invitation more than pressure. It comes closer when it feels safe. It speaks more clearly when the mind becomes quiet enough to listen. You are not too late to return to yourself. Let that sentence rest inside you. You are not too late. The mind may argue. It may say you wasted time. It may say you should have known better. It may say you missed your chance. But the soul does not measure life only by the clock. The soul can begin again in a single honest moment. The soul can return through one loving choice. A life can begin to change when one sentence becomes real inside you. I am no longer willing to abandon myself. I am no longer willing to call fear my home. I am no longer willing to sleep every night with a heart full of blame. These are not small thoughts. They are doors. If you have been away from yourself for a long time, be patient. You do not rebuild trust with yourself by making another harsh demand. You rebuild it by showing up gently. You speak kindly when you make a mistake. You rest when your body is tired. You listen when sadness rises. You protect your peace in small ways. You stop laughing at your own needs. You stop treating your heart like it is too much. You stop making your worth depend on how others respond to you. Little by little, your inner world begins to believe, maybe I am safe with myself now. That is when the soul feels close again. Maybe life has been quieter than you wanted. Maybe the door you prayed for has not opened yet. Maybe a person did not return. Maybe a plan changed. Maybe the answer still feels hidden. But quiet does not always mean absence. Sometimes quiet is preparation. Sometimes quiet is life clearing the noise so you can hear what is true. Sometimes quiet is the space where your old self loses power. Sometimes quiet is where your nervous system learns that it does not have to chase, prove, beg, or force. If the outer world is quiet tonight, do not use that quiet to attack yourself. Use it to listen more deeply. Ask, what is life teaching me in this silence? What is my soul trying to remember? There is a place inside you that still knows peace. It may be covered. It may be hard to feel right now, but it is there. The same part of you that longs for healing is proof that healing still matters to you. The same part that wants rest is proof that your body still believes rest is possible. The same part that is listening now is proof that you have not given up completely. Even if hope feels small, it is still hope. Even if peace feels far, the desire for peace is already a beginning. Do not shame the small beginning. A small beginning can become a new life when it is held with love. Your soul is not lost just because your emotions are strong. Strong emotions do not mean you have failed. They may mean something inside you has been waiting for attention. Anxiety may be asking for safety. Sadness may be asking for comfort. Anger may be asking for truth. Tiredness may be asking for rest. Loneliness may be asking you to stop leaving yourself. When you listen this way, feelings become messengers instead of enemies. You do not have to obey every feeling, but you can hear what it is trying to show you. The moment you stop fighting yourself, your soul has more room to breathe. Your soul is not lost just because you made choices you now understand differently. You did what you could with the awareness, strength, and safety you had at the time. Maybe now you see more. Maybe now you would choose differently. That does not mean the past version of you deserves hate. That version was trying to survive, trying to be loved, trying to be safe, trying to understand life with the tools they had. Do not use your new wisdom to attack the old you. Use it to guide the current you. Say, I forgive myself for not knowing what I know now. I am learning. I am returning. I am allowed to grow without hating who I was. Your soul is not lost because someone did not choose you. This is a deep wound for many hearts. When someone leaves, ignores, rejects, misunderstands, or cannot love you well, the mind may say, maybe I am not enough. But another person's limits are not the measure of your soul. Someone may not have known how to meet you. Someone may have carried their own pain. Someone may not have been able to love in a steady way. That hurts, yes, but it does not decide your value. You are not less sacred because someone did not stay. You are not less worthy because someone could not see you clearly. Your soul remains whole even when the heart is healing. Your soul is not lost because your life looks unfinished. Many beautiful things are unfinished for a long time. A seed is unfinished before it becomes a tree. A sky is unfinished before sunrise. A prayer may feel unfinished before the answer appears. Your unfinished life is not proof that you are failing. It is proof that you are still becoming. Be careful with the way you speak about the season you are in. If you call it failure every day, the heart becomes heavy. If you call it preparation, the body may soften. If you call it punishment, the mind closes. If you call it a doorway, hope can enter. Tonight, maybe you can say, this season is not my ending. Something in me is still becoming. You do not need to understand your whole soul tonight. You only need to stop speaking to yourself as if you are abandoned. Say, I am here with myself. Say, life is still guiding me. Say, I may not see the path, but I can take one loving step. Say, my soul is not lost. It is learning to feel safe again. These words are simple, but simple words can go deep when they are spoken with love. The heart does not always need a long lesson. Sometimes it needs one true sentence repeated gently until the body begins to believe it. If you feel far from joy, begin with peace. If peace feels far, begin with one breath. If one breath feels hard, begin with placing your hand on your heart. Healing often begins in very small ways. Do not wait for a grand feeling before you return to yourself. Return in the small ways. Drink water with care. Turn off the harsh thought before it becomes a whole story. Let your body rest for a moment. Speak one kind sentence. Stop checking what hurts you. Put down the phone. Let the room be quiet. These small things tell the soul, I am listening now. I am making space for you. The soul does not always speak in words. Sometimes it speaks through what gives you peace. Sometimes it speaks through what drains you. Sometimes it speaks through the feeling that something is no longer right for you, even if you cannot explain it fully. Sometimes it speaks through a longing that keeps returning. Sometimes it speaks through the simple need to rest. Learn to listen without fear. You do not have to act on everything at once. You do not have to change your whole life tonight. You can simply begin to notice. What brings me closer to peace? What pulls me away from myself? What feels honest? What feels forced? The answers may come slowly, but they will come. If the mind says, I do not know who I am anymore, answer gently. You are the one who is still here. You are the one who has survived hard days. You are the one who still wants love. You are the one who still wants healing. You are the one who is learning to speak more kindly. You are the one who can begin again. Identity does not have to be rebuilt all at once. It can return through daily choices. Every time you choose not to betray yourself, you remember who you are. Every time you choose peace over panic, you remember. Every time you choose truth over pleasing, you remember. Every time you choose rest over punishment, you remember. There may be a part of you that does not trust life right now. Let that part exist. Do not force it to believe. Do not shame it for being careful. It may have reasons. It may have seen disappointment. It may have opened before and been hurt. So speak to it softly. Say, I understand why trust feels hard. We do not have to trust everything tonight. We can trust this breath. We can trust this moment. We can trust one kind word. We can trust that rest is allowed. Trust can return in small pieces. It does not have to arrive as a giant wave. A little trust is still trust. A little opening is still an opening. Your soul is not lost because something in you still recognizes love when it hears it. Something in you still becomes quiet when truth comes near. Something in you still wants to believe that the future can be softer than the past. That part is precious. Protect it. Do not let fear speak over it every night. Do not let the past make every decision for it. Do not let old pain decide how much light you are allowed to receive. Sit with that small, hopeful part and say, I see you. I will not shame you for hoping. I will not call you foolish for wanting peace. I will help you stay open in a gentle way. Maybe tonight your soul is asking for less noise, less rushing, less self-attack, less trying to prove, less carrying what was never yours. Maybe your soul is asking for more truth, more rest, more kindness, more space, more faith in the small step. You do not have to answer this with a dramatic promise. You can answer it with a gentle yes. Yes, I will listen more. Yes, I will stop calling myself lost. Yes, I will stop sleeping with fear as my only companion. Yes, I will let peace reach me tonight. This yes may be quiet, but it is powerful. It tells life, I am willing to return. So let these words move through the places inside you that have felt far away. My soul is not lost. I am being guided back to peace. I am not behind. I am becoming ready in my own time. I am not forgotten. Life still knows my name. I am not broken beyond healing. I am learning how to love myself in the places that hurt. I am not alone in this moment. The night is quiet, but life is still with me. I do not need to see the whole path. I only need the next loving step. I do not need to punish myself into change. I can return through kindness. I can begin again with one breath. Tonight, if you feel unsure, let that be held. If you feel tired, let that be held. If you feel sad, let that be held. If you feel numb, let that be held too. There is no feeling that makes you unworthy of peace. There is no season that makes you too far from love. There is no night so dark that your soul cannot hear a gentle voice. Let your soul hear this now. You are still here. You are still loved by life. You are still able to receive. You are still able to soften. You are still able to choose a kinder thought. You are still able to let the old fear loosen one breath at a time. And as this truth comes closer, do not rush to decide what it means. Let it sit with you. Let it breathe with you. Let it meet the part of your heart that has been calling for comfort. Maybe you do not need a sign bigger than this moment. Maybe the sign is the fact that something inside you stayed long enough to listen. Maybe the sign is the softness beginning in your chest. Maybe the sign is the thought, I want to be kinder to myself now. Maybe the sign is not outside you at all. Maybe the sign is the quiet return of your own soul, whispering through the night, I am still here. The pain you feel tonight is not here to prove that you are weak. It is not here to show that you have failed. It is not here to punish you for the past or make you feel small before you sleep. The pain you feel is asking for love. It is asking for a softer voice. It is asking for a little space inside you where it can finally be heard without being judged. So before you call yourself too emotional, too sensitive, too tired, or too broken, breathe for a moment and listen with a kinder heart. Maybe the part of you that hurts is not trying to ruin your peace. Maybe it is trying to show you where peace is still needed. The part of me that hurts is the part that needs my love the most. Many people spend years fighting their own pain. They feel sadness and say, "Why am I like this?" They feel fear and say, "I should be stronger." They feel anger and say, "This is wrong." They feel lonely and say, "I must hide this." But every time you attack the feeling becomes more alone inside you. It may grow louder, not because it wants to harm you, but because it has still not been welcomed with love. A crying child does not stop crying because you shout at the child. A tired body does not soften because you shame it. A scared heart does not feel safe because you tell it to hurry up and heal. Pain softens when it is met. Pain softens when it is heard. Pain softens when love sits beside it and says, "I am here now." Tonight, if there is sadness in your chest, do not push it away too quickly. Sit near it. Ask it gently, "What are you trying to tell me?" Maybe the sadness is not here because life is hopeless. Maybe it is here because your heart has carried too much without comfort. Maybe it is here because why? You have been strong for people who never asked how you were really feeling. Maybe it is here because you kept smiling when something inside you wanted to cry. Maybe it is here because you have been waiting for someone else to notice your pain, and now your own soul is asking you to notice it first. Sadness does not always need a quick answer. Sometimes it only needs your presence. Sometimes the most healing words are, "I see you and I will not leave you alone tonight." If there is fear in your body, do not make fear your enemy. Fear may feel heavy, but often it is only a part of you trying to protect you. It may have learned long ago that love can leave, money can feel unsafe, health can feel uncertain, people can disappoint, and plans can change. So now, when something feels unknown, fear rises quickly and says, "Be careful. Control everything. Expect the worst. Do not relax yet." My dear, fear may be loud, but underneath the noise, it is often asking for safety. It is asking you to slow down. It is asking you to place a hand on your heart and say, "We are here in this moment." We do not have to live in tomorrow tonight. We can breathe right now. We can take one step when morning comes. We are safe enough for this breath. If there is anger in you, do not be afraid to listen. Anger often stands near a place where something did not feel fair, safe, kind, or honest. It may rise when you gave too much and received too little. It may rise when your boundary was crossed. It may rise when your truth was ignored. It may rise when you kept quiet for too long. Anger does not mean you are a bad person. It may mean something inside you is ready to stop betraying yourself. But anger needs love too. It needs guidance. It needs a wise place to go. You do not have to let anger burn your whole night. You can say, I hear what you are showing me. I will not ignore my truth. But tonight I release the heat from my body and let peace return to my heart. If there is loneliness in you, let it be held with deep kindness. Loneliness can feel like a cold room inside the heart. It can make you believe that no one sees you, no one understands you, and no one would come if you spoke your truth. But loneliness is not always proof that you are unloved. Sometimes loneliness means you have been away from yourself. Sometimes it means you have given your best care to others and left your own heart waiting outside the door. Sometimes it means you are outgrowing places where you had to shrink to belong. Tonight, do not make loneliness a sentence against your worth. Let it become an invitation to return inward. Say, I am here with myself now. I will sit with my own heart. I will become a safe place inside me. The pain in your body may also be asking for love. So many people speak to the body only with fear or blame. They say, what is wrong with me? Why are you doing this? Why can you not be better? But the body has carried you through every day of your life. It has carried your tears, your stress, your hopes, your work, your worry, your love, your silence, and your survival. The body does not need hatred from you tonight. It needs care. It needs listening. It needs gentle attention. If your body feels tense, tired, heavy, or uncomfortable, place your awareness there softly. Do not attack the place that hurts. Send it warmth. Say, dear body, I am listening. I want to understand what you need. I will not speak to you with cruelty tonight. Sometimes pain stays longer because we keep adding another wound on top of the first wound. There is the original hurt, and then there is the way we treat ourselves for hurting. Someone may have left, and then the mind says, you were not enough. A plan may have failed, and then the mind says, you always ruin things. The body may be tired, and then the mind says, you are lazy. The heart may be afraid, and then the mind says, you are weak. This second wound can be deeper than the first. Tonight, stop adding the second wound. Let the pain be there without turning against yourself. You can say, something hurts, and I am still worthy of kindness. Something feels heavy, and I do not need to shame myself for it. Your pain may be asking for truth. It may be asking you to admit what you have been avoiding. Maybe you are tired because you keep saying yes when your heart says no. Maybe you are anxious because you keep trying to control what was never fully in your hands. Maybe you are sad because you keep hoping for love from a place that does not feed your soul. Maybe you are drained because you keep giving from an empty cup. Truth may feel uncomfortable at first, but truth is not here to hurt you. Truth is here to free the part of you that has been pretending. You do not have to make a huge change tonight. You only have to become honest in a gentle way. You can say, I am ready to see what my heart has been trying to show me. Your pain may be asking for rest. Not just sleep, but true rest. Rest from proving. Rest from explaining. Rest from trying to be chosen. Rest from carrying every mood in the room. Rest from thinking you must hold everything together. Rest from being your own harsh judge. There is a part of you that may have forgotten what it feels like to be soft. It may have lived so long in effort that peace feels unfamiliar. But unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. You can learn peace again. You can let the body remember that it does not have to stay tight all night. You can let the mind remember that rest is allowed before every question is answered. You can say, tonight I do not earn rest. I receive it. Your pain may be asking for forgiveness, but not forced forgiveness. Not the kind that pretends nothing happened. Not the kind that asks you to open the door to what harmed you. Not the kind that silences your truth. Real forgiveness begins as a small softening in the heart. It may begin with the words, I am willing to release one layer of this pain. That is enough. You do not have to free yourself from every old hurt in one night. You do not have to feel ready to forgive everything. You can begin with willingness. Willingness is a small door, but it is still a door. It says, I am tired of letting this pain take all my life force. I am willing to feel lighter little by little. Your pain may be asking for self-acceptance. This is a deep need. Many people want to heal because they hate where they are. They want to change because they cannot stand themselves. But healing does not grow well in the soil of self-hate. Healing grows in the soil of love. This does not mean you have to love every pattern you have. It does not mean you have to stay the same. It means you stop using cruelty as the path to becoming better. You can be honest and kind at the same time. You can say, this pattern is hurting me, and I am still worthy of love. You can say, I want to change, and I will not beat myself into change. I will walk myself there with patience. There may be old memories that visit you at night. The mind may bring back words, faces, choices, or moments you wish you could change. When this happens, do not let the past take full control of your inner room. You can meet the memory without becoming trapped inside it. Say, this is a memory. It is not happening now. My body is here. My breath is here. This night is here. I can hold the past with compassion without living inside it again. Memories can feel real in the body, but you are not back there. You are here now. And here, in this moment, you can give yourself what you may not have received then. You can give yourself protection. You can give yourself belief. You can give yourself a soft place to land. There may be pain around waiting for love, waiting for change, waiting for money to feel easier, waiting for the body to heal, waiting for a sign, waiting for the next door. Waiting can make the heart tired, especially when you begin to think that delay means denial. But not every delay means no. Sometimes life is preparing something. Sometimes you are being prepared to receive without losing yourself. Sometimes the timing is still forming in ways your eyes cannot see. Tonight, if waiting hurts, do not call yourself forgotten. Say, I am in a season of becoming. Something is still moving, even if I cannot see it yet. I can rest while life continues to work in quiet ways. Pain can also come when the old self is losing power. This is important. Not every discomfort means something is wrong. Sometimes discomfort means you are no longer able to live the old way. A pattern that once felt normal may now feel heavy. A relationship that once felt familiar may now feel draining. A thought you once believed may now feel too small for your soul. This can be painful, but it is also a sign of growth. When your inner truth becomes stronger, the old life may begin to feel too tight. Do not panic if something feels uncomfortable. Ask, is this pain showing me that I need more love, more truth, more rest, or more freedom? The answer may come softly. If you have been holding your pain in silence, let tonight be the moment you stop hiding from yourself. You do not have to tell the whole world. You do not have to explain everything, but tell yourself the truth. Say, this hurt me. Say, I am tired. Say, I need care. Say, I have been carrying too much. Say, I am ready to be gentle with myself. These simple truths can open the heart. Sometimes the soul does not need a perfect plan. It needs honest words. It needs you to stop walking past your own pain as if it does not matter. Your pain matters. Your feelings matter. Your need for peace matters. Now place one hand on your heart if you can. Let that hand be a message. Let it say, I am here. Let your breath slow down even a little. You do not need to do anything perfectly. Just let the body feel that you are not against it. Say quietly, the part of me that hurts is the part that needs my love the most. Say it slowly. The part of me that hurts is the part that needs my love the most. Let the words move into the chest. Let them sit beside the sadness, the fear, the anger, the loneliness, the tired places. You are not trying to erase anything. You are offering love where love has been missing. There is a gentle way to meet pain. You can notice it without naming it as your whole life. You can listen to it without letting it control every thought. You can care for it without becoming lost inside it. You can say, yes, this is here, but love is here too. Yes, I am hurting, but I am not only hurt. Yes, I feel afraid, but I am not only fear. Yes, I feel tired, but life is still breathing through me. This is how pain begins to loosen. Not because you denied it, not because you shouted over it, but because you stopped making it carry the whole story of who you are. Tonight, let pain become a doorway instead of a prison. Let it show you where tenderness is needed. Let it show you what your body has been asking for. Let it show you what your heart can no longer carry alone. Let it show you where a kinder sentence must be spoken. Let it show you what is ready to be released. And then, very gently, give yourself the love you have been waiting for. Not perfectly, not all at once, just one breath at a time, one hand on the heart, one soft sentence, one moment without self-attack, one choice to stop making your pain wrong. The heart does not need you to be perfect tonight. It needs you to be present. Now let the day begin to leave your body, not by force, not by pretending it did not happen, not by pushing away what still feels unfinished. Let it leave the way the sun leaves the sky, slowly, naturally, without asking your permission for every color to fade. This day had its own weight. It had its thoughts, its tasks, its people, its rewards, its small wins, its quiet hurts, its delays, its moments of hope, its moments of pressure. But the day is ending now. You do not have to keep it alive with your mind. You do not have to carry every minute into the night. You are allowed to put it down. I release this day, and I allow myself to rest. Many people lie down, but they do not truly let the day end. The body is in bed, but the mind is still in a conversation. The body is tired, but the heart is still trying to fix what happened hours ago. The room is quiet, but inside there is noise. The mind replays what someone said. It rewrites what should have been answered. It checks tomorrow before tomorrow has arrived. It counts what was left undone. It holds the day like a tight fist. My dear, no wonder rest feels far away when the inner world is still working. Tonight, you can open that fist a little. You can say, the day is complete enough for now. I do not have to keep living it in my mind. There may be things you did not finish today. Let them be unfinished for tonight. There may be messages you did not answer, tasks you did not complete, rooms you did not clean, plans you did not solve, feelings you did not fully understand. Let them wait outside the door of sleep. Not because they do not matter, but because your rest matters too. The mind may say, but I must think about this now. Ask gently, will thinking about it from a tired place truly help? Or will it only make my body more afraid? Sometimes the wisest thing is not another hour of worry. Sometimes the wisest thing is to sleep. so morning can return you to yourself with a clearer mind. Release the need to solve every conversation tonight. Some words cannot be repaired by thinking about them again and again in the dark. Some people will understand when they are ready, and some may never understand in the way you hoped. You do not have to keep standing in an invisible courtroom, trying to prove that your heart was good. You do not have to explain your whole soul to people who were not listening with love. If a conversation still hurts, place it gently outside the night. Say, I release the need to replay this now. If action is needed, I will meet it with a clearer heart tomorrow. Tonight, I return to myself. Release the need to judge yourself for how the day went. Maybe you reacted too quickly. Maybe you were quiet when you wished you had spoken. Maybe you spoke when you wished you had waited. Maybe you were not as patient, focused, strong, kind, or calm as you wanted to be. But punishment will not make you wiser by morning. Shame will not make tomorrow more peaceful. You can learn without hurting yourself. You can say, I see what I want to do differently. I accept that I am still learning. I let this day teach me without letting it break me. This is a loving way to grow. You take the lesson and release the weight. Release the worry that tomorrow must be controlled tonight. Tomorrow is not here yet. It may bring tasks, yes. It may bring choices. It may bring people, work, plans, and unknown moments. But you do not have to live tomorrow before it arrives. That is what worry tries to make you do. It pulls the future into the present and asks the body to suffer early. But your power is not in tomorrow tonight. Your power is in this breath. Your power is in this softening. Your power is in choosing not to scare yourself with every possible outcome. Say, tomorrow can meet me one step at a time. I do not need to carry it before it comes. Release the old habit of ending the day with a list of what went wrong. The mind may be trained to scan for mistakes. It may search the day for proof that you are behind, unloved, unsafe, or not enough. But you can train it differently. Before sleep, ask, what was one gentle thing about today? It does not have to be large. Maybe a warm drink, maybe a breath of fresh air, maybe one moment when you did not give up, maybe a message, maybe a small kindness, maybe the fact that you made it through. Let that count. The mind becomes softer when it is allowed to notice the small good. Not to deny the hard, but to remember that the hard was not the only thing. Release the energy of other people. This is very important for a tender heart. You may have carried someone else's mood today, someone else's anger, someone else's fear, someone else's need, someone else's opinion, someone else's silence. You may have tried to manage how everyone felt so you could finally feel safe. But tonight, give people back to themselves. You can love others without carrying their whole inner world in your body. You can care without becoming heavy with what is not yours. Say, I release the feelings that do not belong to me. I bless others on their path, and I return to my own heart. Let that sentence create space inside you. Release the pressure to be perfect. This day did not need a perfect version of you, and this night does not need one either. You are allowed to be a person, a real person, a person with limits, needs, emotions, questions, and unfinished places. You are allowed to have days when you are not shining. You are allowed to need rest before everything is done. You are allowed to be gentle with yourself while you are still becoming. Perfection is too heavy to bring into sleep. Place it down. Say, I do not have to be perfect to be worthy of rest. I do not have to finish everything to be allowed peace. I can end this day as I am. Release the story that one hard day means a hard life. The mind can make one day feel like forever. If today was lonely, it may say, I will always be alone. If today was stressful, it may say, life will always feel like this. If today had a delay, it may say, nothing ever changes. But one day is not the whole story. One feeling is not the whole truth. One moment is not your final path. Tonight, gently separate the day from your destiny. Say, this was one day. It had its lessons. It had its weight. But it does not decide my future. I am allowed to rest and begin again. Release the need to hold your body in tension. Notice the shoulders. Let them drop a little. Notice the jaw. Let it soften. Notice the hands. Let them open. Notice the stomach. Let it know it does not have to hold tomorrow. The body may not release all at once. That is okay. We do not command the body. We invite it. We say, dear body, the day is ending. You carried me. You did enough. You can soften now. Even if only one small area relaxes, that matters. A little softness can become more softness. A little breath can become more breath. The body learns peace through gentle return. Release the need to keep checking. Checking the phone, checking the message, checking the page, checking the silence, checking whether something has changed. Checking can feel like control, but often it feeds the old fear. It tells the mind, we are not safe yet. We must keep watching. My dear, if there is nothing loving for you there tonight, let it rest. Your heart does not need another reason to ache before sleep. Your nervous system does not need another sudden drop. Give yourself permission to stop searching for pain. Say, I do not need to check what hurts me tonight. I return to myself. I choose rest over the old pull. Release what you cannot control. This may be the hardest and most healing practice. You cannot control every person. You cannot control every result. You cannot control time, timing, mood, memory, or the way life arranges every door. But you can control the way you speak to yourself tonight. You can control the next breath. You can control whether you give fear the last word. You can control whether you bring kindness into the room of your own heart. Let the rest be placed in the hands of life for now. Say, I release what is not mine to control. I keep what is mine to care for. I let the night hold the rest. Imagine the day like a coat you have been wearing. Maybe it is heavy. Maybe it has carried the weather of many moments. Before sleep, you can take off that coat. You do not need to sleep under its weight. Let each thought become something you remove gently. This task I place down. This worry I place down. This regret I place down. This person's mood I place down. This fear I place down. This pressure I place down. The day can stay where it belongs. You can step into the night without wearing every hour that came before it. Now let the mind hear a new message. I release this day. I allow myself to rest. I have done enough for this moment. I have carried enough for this moment. I do not need to solve my whole life tonight. I do not need to punish myself for what I did not know. I do not need to replay every hard thing. The day is complete enough. My body is allowed to soften. My heart is allowed to stop holding so tightly. My mind is allowed to become quiet. I enter the night with a little more peace than I had before. If the mind brings the day back again, return gently. Do not get angry at the mind. It is only used to holding. It may not know how to let go yet. Teach it slowly. Say, not now. We are resting now. Say, we can meet this tomorrow. Say, this thought is not an emergency. Say, I choose peace again. Each time you return, you are creating a new path. You are teaching the mind that the night is not a place for endless review. It is a place for release. It is a place for healing. It is a place where the deeper self can breathe. Let the heart know it does not have to keep proving anything tonight. You do not have to prove that you were right. You do not have to prove that you are worthy. You do not have to prove that you tried. You do not have to prove that you are strong. Life saw you today. Your soul knows what you carried. Your body knows how much effort it took. You can give yourself the witness you were waiting for. Say, I saw myself today. I saw my effort. I saw my pain. I saw my small steps. I honor myself for making it through. This kind of self-kindness helps the day close with warmth instead of judgment. Let one small blessing remain from the day. Even if it was hard, choose one thing to carry into sleep that does not hurt you. Maybe you choose gratitude for your breath. Maybe gratitude for your bed. Maybe gratitude for the part of you that still wants to heal. Maybe gratitude for one simple moment. Gratitude before sleep does not deny pain. It gives the mind another place to rest. It reminds the heart that life is not only struggle. Even in a heavy day, one small good thing can be a candle. Let that candle stay near you. Now whisper inwardly, I release the day from my body. I release the day from my mind. I release the day from my heart. I keep the wisdom. I let go of the weight. I keep the love. I let go of the fear. I keep the lesson. I let go of the self-blame. This day is over, and I am allowed to rest. Let the words be slow. Let them be plain. Let them be enough. You do not need to feel a huge shift. You only need to give yourself permission to stop carrying what sleep was meant to help you lay down. Tonight is not a place to continue the battle. Tonight is a place to return to your breath. It is a place to let the body repair, the mind soften, and the heart remember that tomorrow does not have to be born from fear. If today felt heavy, let sleep become a gentle river. Let it carry away what is ready to leave. If today felt confusing, let sleep create space around the questions. If today felt lonely, let sleep wrap the heart in quiet care. You do not have to manage the whole night. You only have to stop fighting it. Rest knows how to come closer when you make room. So place the day down now. Let the last hour become lighter. Let the body feel the message. Nothing more is required from me in this moment. Let the mind feel the message. I can stop searching for danger tonight. Let the heart feel the message. I am allowed to be soft. Let the soul feel the message. I am still held by life, even when the day was hard. This is enough. This breath is enough. This release is enough. I release this day, and I allow myself to rest. Tonight is not for punishing yourself. Tonight is for peace. Let that sentence come close before any other thought tries to speak. Tonight is not for going back through every mistake and using it as a weapon against your heart. Tonight is not for asking why you did not know sooner, why you stayed, why you trusted, why you reacted, why you waited, why you were afraid, why you needed time. Tonight is for placing a gentle hand over the part of you that has been blamed for too long and saying, I am willing to forgive myself. I am willing to stop hurting myself for being human. I am willing to let my heart breathe again. Self-forgiveness can feel difficult because many people think it means making excuses. But true forgiveness is not an excuse. It is not pretending that every choice was wise. It is not saying that nothing mattered. It is not avoiding growth. True self-forgiveness means you are ready to learn without cruelty. It means you stop believing that shame is the only path to change. It means you say, I can see what happened. I can take responsibility where I need to. I can choose differently now. but I do not need to keep attacking the version of me who was still learning. That is not healing. That is another wound. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now. This is one of the deepest forms of mercy. It is easy to look back with today's understanding and judge the old version of you. You may say, "Why did I not see the signs? Why did I not leave sooner? Why did I speak that way? Why did I accept less? Why did I make that choice?" But the old version of you did not have the full light you have now. They had the fears, the hopes, the wounds, the needs, and the knowledge of that moment. They were trying to survive with what they understood then. Today you may see more clearly. Use that clarity to guide yourself, not to punish your past. Forgive yourself for trusting. Some people blame themselves for having an open heart. They say, "I should not have believed. I should not have cared. I should not have given so much." But trust is not something to hate in yourself. Love is not something to hate in yourself. The lesson may be about balance, boundaries, and seeing clearly, yes, but do not make your ability to love into a crime. You can learn to trust more wisely without becoming hard. You can learn to give without abandoning yourself. You can learn to love without losing your center. Forgive the part of you that only wanted to be loved back. That part deserves tenderness, not blame. Forgive yourself for staying too long in places that hurt. This forgiveness may take time. Begin softly. Maybe you stayed back because you were afraid. Maybe you stayed because you hoped things would change. Maybe you stayed because leaving felt too hard. Maybe you stayed because you did not yet believe you deserved better. Maybe you stayed because your nervous system knew the pain and the unknown felt even more frightening. My dear, this does not mean you were foolish. It means you were human. You can now say, "I understand why I stayed. I also understand why I must love myself differently now. I forgive myself for staying longer than my peace could carry." Forgive yourself for leaving too. Sometimes the heart feels guilt for walking away, even when walking away was needed. You may wonder if you were too harsh, too late, too cold, too selfish. But choosing peace is not cruelty. Setting a boundary is not hatred. Ending what drains your soul is not failure. You are allowed to protect the life inside you. You are allowed to choose a path that helps you breathe. Forgive yourself for needing space. Forgive yourself for choosing rest over overgiving. Forgive yourself for no longer being able to be the version of you that kept everyone comfortable while you were hurting inside. Forgive yourself for the times you did not speak. Maybe your throat closed. Maybe your body froze. Maybe you did not feel safe. Maybe you did not have the words. Maybe you were taught to keep peace by swallowing your truth. It is easy to look back and say, "I should have said something." But in that moment, silence may have been the only protection you knew. Tonight, place kindness there. Say, I forgive myself for the words I could not speak then. I am learning to speak with love now. The voice can return. It may return slowly. It may begin with one honest sentence. That is enough. Forgive yourself for the times you spoke from pain. Maybe you said something sharp because you were tired. Maybe you reacted from fear. Maybe you pushed someone away because you felt unsafe. Maybe you became defensive because an old wound was touched. This does not mean the words did not matter. It means you can learn from them without making yourself a monster. You can repair when repair is possible. You can apologize when apology is needed. You can change your pattern, and you can still forgive yourself. Growth is not helped by endless shame. Growth is helped by honest love. Say, I see where I acted from pain. I am willing to choose differently. I forgive myself as I learn. Forgive yourself for needing time. Healing is not a race. Peace is not a prize given only to those who move quickly. Some parts of the heart take longer to trust. Some memories take longer to soften. Some habits take longer to change because they were built during years of survival. If you are still healing, that does not mean you are failing. It means you are in process. Do not make your healing heavier by judging the speed of it. Say, I forgive myself for not being where I thought I would be. I honor the steps I have taken. I allow myself to grow at the pace my soul can hold. Forgive yourself for resting. This may sound simple, but many hearts carry guilt for being tired. They believe they must always do more, give more, prove more, fix more, answer more, become more. When the body asks for rest, the mind calls it lazy. When the heart asks for quiet, the mind calls it weak. But rest is not failure. Rest is care. Rest is how the body restores itself. Rest is how the mind becomes clear. Rest is how the heart stops living in constant pressure. Tonight, forgive yourself for needing rest. Say, I do not have to earn sleep through exhaustion. I am allowed to rest because I am alive, and my life deserves care. Forgive yourself for the dreams you delayed. Maybe there is something you wanted to begin long ago. Maybe fear held you back. Maybe life became busy. Maybe you did not believe in yourself enough yet. Maybe you kept waiting for the perfect time, perfect mood, perfect support, or perfect confidence. Do not use that delay to hurt yourself tonight. Use it as a gentle awakening. Say, I forgive myself for waiting. I am still here. The dream may still have a door. I can begin in a small way. Forgiveness does not keep you stuck. It frees energy so you can move again. Forgive yourself for not loving yourself sooner. This is tender. Maybe you spent years speaking to yourself with harsh words. Maybe you compared your body, your life, your timing, your heart. Maybe you abandoned yourself for approval. Maybe you made yourself small to be accepted. If you feel sadness about that, let it come with kindness. You were not born rejecting yourself. You learned it somewhere, and what was learned can be gently unlearned. Tonight, say, I forgive myself for the years I did not know how to love myself. I am learning now. I am returning now. I can begin with one kind thought. Forgive yourself for still missing what hurt you. The heart is not always simple. You can know something was not right and still miss parts of it. You can know someone could not love you well and still miss the moments that felt warm. You can know a door needed to close and still grieve what you hoped it would become. Do not shame yourself for this. Missing does not mean you should return. Missing does not mean you made the wrong choice. Missing means you had feelings. Let those feelings be held without letting them lead you back into pain. Say, I forgive myself for missing what I am healing from. I can feel this and still choose peace. Forgive yourself for being afraid of change. Change can be hard for the nervous system. Even good change can feel unsafe at first because it is unfamiliar. The old way may have hurt you, but at least the mind knew it. A new way asks for trust. It asks you to move without knowing everything. It asks you to become someone who responds differently. If that scares you, nothing is wrong with you. Fear can walk with you while love leads. Tonight, say, I forgive myself for being afraid. I do not need to be fearless to begin. I only need one small, loving step. Forgive yourself for the times you looked for love in places that could not give it. This is a wound many people carry. The heart goes back again and again, hoping this time it will be chosen, seen, valued, held. And when it is not, the mind says, why did I do that again? But the deeper truth may be that some part of you was trying to heal an old ache. Some part wanted to finally be enough in the eyes of someone who felt hard to reach. Tonight, forgive that part. It was not foolish. It was hurting. Now you can teach it a new way. Say, I do not chase love that makes me abandon myself. I forgive myself and I come home to my own heart. Forgive yourself for not being able to carry everything. You were never meant to hold the whole world alone. You were never meant to be strong every minute. You were never meant to fix every person, manage every mood, or solve every problem before resting. If you reached your limit, that does not make you weak. It makes you human. Limits are not shameful. Limits help you live. Tonight, forgive yourself for having limits. Say, I am allowed to need help. I am allowed to pause. I am allowed to say this is too much for me right now. I am allowed to care for myself without guilt. Self-forgiveness begins in the body. If you only say the words in your mind while the body stays tight with shame, the words may not enter deeply. So soften the body as much as you can. Let your shoulders drop. Let your face relax. Let the breath become gentle. Place a hand on your heart or belly. Speak slowly. I am willing to forgive myself. Not perfectly, not all at once. I am willing. Let the word willing help you. It does not force the door open. It unlocks it a little. If full forgiveness feels too far, willingness is enough for tonight. Willingness is a kind beginning. You may need to forgive yourself many times. That does not mean the first time was not real. Some pain leaves in layers. Some memories release little by little. Some parts of the heart need to hear the same loving sentence again and again before they trust it. Be patient with this process. Do not say, I already forgave myself. Why do I still feel this? Say, another layer is asking for love. Another part of me is ready to be held. Healing is not always a straight road. It is a return. You return to love. You return to kindness. You return to the truth that shame does not own you. There is a soft power in saying, I did the best I could with what I knew then, and now I choose better. This sentence holds both compassion and responsibility. It does not deny the past. It does not keep you trapped there either. It lets you stand in the present with a cleaner heart. It says, I am not the same person I was. I am allowed to learn. I am allowed to become wiser. I am allowed to change. The past can teach me without owning me. The lesson can stay, but the punishment can end. Tonight, let self-forgiveness become a blanket over the heart. Let it cover the old guilt. Let it cover the old shame. Let it cover the regret that has been sitting in your chest. Let it cover the younger version of you who did not know how to choose differently. Let it cover the tired version of you who kept going. Let it cover the scared version of you who did not know where to turn. Let it cover the current version of you who is still trying. Say, I forgive myself for being human. I forgive myself for learning slowly. I forgive myself for needing love. I forgive myself for not being perfect. And now let your heart breathe. Imagine that with every exhale, one small piece of self-blame leaves the body. You do not have to force it. Just allow. Breathe out the thought, I should have known. Breathe out the thought, I ruined everything. Breathe out the thought, I am behind. Breathe out the thought, I cannot forgive myself. Let each one soften a little. Then breathe in a kinder truth. I am learning. I am healing. I am allowed to begin again. I am worthy of peace tonight. Simple words, soft words, words the heart can hold. If tears come, let them come. Tears do not mean you are going backward. Sometimes tears mean the heart finally feels safe enough to release what it has been holding. Let the tears be part of forgiveness. Let them wash the places that have been tight. Do not explain them. Do not judge them. Let them be honest. And if no tears come, that is okay too. Forgiveness does not have to look a certain way. It can be quiet. It can be a small breath. It can be one sentence that feels almost true. It can be the choice not to attack yourself tonight. That counts. You are allowed to sleep without carrying the full weight of who you used to be. You are allowed to rest as someone who is still growing. You are allowed to put down the old shame before you understand every part of it. You are allowed to let this night become a place where your heart is not on trial. Say, I am not here to judge myself tonight. I am here to care for myself. I am here to learn. I am here to soften. I am here to give my heart a little mercy. I am willing to forgive myself and let my heart breathe again. I am willing to release the old blame one layer at a time. I am willing to stop using the past as proof that I do not deserve peace. I am willing to hold the younger version of me with kindness. I am willing to learn without shame. I am willing to grow without cruelty. I am willing to sleep tonight as someone who is loved even while still healing. I am willing to let mercy enter where judgment has lived for too long. Tonight, before sleep, ask life a softer question. Do not ask from fear. Do not ask from panic. Do not ask as if the whole universe must answer you before morning or you will not be safe. Ask gently, the way a tired heart speaks when it is finally ready to stop fighting. So many painful nights begin with painful questions. Why is this happening to me? Why am I always behind? Why does nothing change? Why am I not chosen? Why do I feel so alone? Why do things never work for me? My dear, the mind listens to every question. It does not know that you are only hurting. It begins to search for answers. And if the question is filled with fear, the mind will search through fear. If the question is filled with shame, the mind will search through shame. But if the question carries love, the mind begins to search for love. A question is like a little doorway inside the mind. The kind of question you ask decides which room the mind enters. If you ask, what if everything goes wrong? The mind walks into the room of danger. It begins to look for old memories, old disappointments, old proof that life cannot be trusted. It brings fear into the body and calls it preparation. But if you ask, how is life supporting me in quiet ways tonight? The mind enters a different room. It begins to look for support. Maybe support is the breath coming back. Maybe support is the bed holding your body. Maybe support is one kind thought. Maybe support is the simple fact that you are still here, still listening, still willing to receive peace. The question changes where your attention goes. This is why the words you carry into sleep are important. The deeper mind loves direction. It keeps working even when the eyes are closed. It keeps sorting, feeling, remembering, and making meaning. So give it a loving direction. Do not send it into the dark with the old question, what if I am never okay? Send it with a softer question. Why is my heart learning to feel safe again? Do not send it with, why did everything go wrong? Send it with, how is life guiding me even through what I do not understand? Do not send it with, why am I not enough? Send it with, why am I becoming more aware of my worth each day? These questions do not force the mind, they invite it. The old questions close the body. You can feel it. When you ask, what if I fail, the chest becomes tight. When you ask, why does nobody care, the heart feels small. When you ask, what is wrong with me, the body feels attacked. But when you ask, what part of me needs love tonight, the body may soften. When you ask, how can I be kinder to myself right now, the heart hears safety. When you ask, why is peace finding me in gentle ways, the mind begins to imagine a different kind of night. You are not pretending the hard parts do not exist. You are choosing not to let the hard parts become the only voice in your mind. Maybe tonight you've been asking, why am I still waiting? That question can feel heavy. It can make you feel forgotten. Try asking it another way. What is being prepared for me while I rest? What is becoming ready in me? What is life arranging in ways I cannot see yet? This does not mean you stop taking action. It does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop making delay mean defeat. You give the mind a kinder place to look. Instead of searching only for proof that nothing is moving, it begins to notice quiet movement. A change in your heart, a clearer feeling, a boundary forming, a new idea, a small desire to take better care of yourself. These are answers too. Maybe tonight you have been asking, why did they hurt me? That question is real. It may need time. But before sleep, if that question keeps tearing your heart open, hold it gently and ask something that gives your power back. How can I return to myself now? What part of my heart needs care after this pain? What can I learn without keeping myself trapped in the hurt? How can I stop letting this moment decide my whole future? These questions do not deny what happened. They do not say the pain was small. They simply help your soul move from being stuck in the wound to being cared for inside the wound. That is a different kind of healing. Maybe tonight you have been asking, why am I alone? Loneliness can make this question feel very loud, but instead of letting it close the heart, try asking, how is love reaching me in simple ways? Where can I give myself the love I have been waiting for? Why am I becoming a safer home for my own heart? How is life bringing the right kind of connection closer in the right time? These questions open the heart. They help you see that love is not only one person, one message, one answer, or one perfect moment. Love may come through the warmth of your own hand on your chest. Love may come through a memory of strength. Love may come through a friend, a sign, a peaceful thought, or a new level of self-respect. Maybe tonight you have been asking, why am I not healed yet? My dear, be gentle with that question. It can turn healing into another place where you judge yourself. Try asking, what is healing in me quietly? What small part of me feels softer than before? What does my body need from me tonight? How can I support my heart without rushing it? Healing often happens in small ways before it becomes clear. It may begin with one less harsh thought, one calmer breath, one honest tear, one night where you do not attack yourself, one moment where you choose rest instead of fear. Do not miss the small healing because you are waiting for a perfect sign. The small healing is sacred. Maybe tonight you have been asking, what if tomorrow is hard? That question can make the body live tomorrow before it arrives. Try asking, how can I meet tomorrow one step at a time? What strength will rise in me when I need it? What support can find me as I move through the day? What peaceful thought can I carry into the morning? The mind does not need to hold the whole future tonight. It only needs one gentle next step. Tomorrow may have its own grace. Tomorrow may bring ideas you do not have tonight. Tomorrow may feel different because rest changed the body. Do not make tonight suffer for a day that has not yet begun. A softer question is not weak. It is wise. It does not run away from life. It guides your inner life with care. Harsh questions often come from old fear. Loving questions come from the part of you that wants to heal. Ask as if life is listening. Ask as if your heart is allowed to receive. Ask as if peace is possible even before every answer comes. Ask as if your soul is not abandoned. Ask as if something kind can still happen. This is not false hope. This is training your mind to stop bowing only to fear. Your attention is precious. Give it a place to rest that does not harm you. Tonight, choose one question, not 10. Not a long list that makes the mind work harder. One soft question is enough. It may be, why is peace finding me tonight? It may be, how is life guiding me in quiet ways? It may be, what makes it safe for me to rest now? It may be, why is my heart learning to trust again? It may be, how is everything working out for me in gentle ways? Choose the one that feels like a small light, then let it stay near you. Do not force an answer. Do not sit up trying to solve it. Let the question become a soft direction. Let the deeper mind hold it while you sleep. The beautiful thing about a loving question is that it can change the feeling in the body. You may not know the answer right away, but the body hears the kindness inside the question. It hears that you are no longer attacking it. It hears that you are no longer asking life only from fear. It hears that something inside you is willing to trust again, even in a small way. That small willingness matters. It may be the first opening in a wall that has been closed for a long time. And through that opening, a little peace can enter, a little hope can enter, a little softness can enter. That is enough for tonight. So ask softly, why is life supporting me in ways I can feel and ways I cannot see? How is my heart becoming lighter tonight? What makes it safe for me to release this day? Why am I being guided toward peace? How is love finding me even now? Let the questions be simple. Let them be warm. Let them be kind enough for the body to receive. And if the old questions return, bless them and choose again. You do not have to fight the old mind. You only have to give it a new path. The question I sleep with becomes the path my mind follows. Before sleep, the mind becomes softer. The day begins to loosen. The outside world becomes less loud. The body prepares to rest, and the deeper mind begins to listen in a different way. This is why the final moments of the night are so tender. They are not empty moments. They are a doorway. What you give your mind in this doorway can settle deeply. If you give it fear, it may carry fear. If you give it shame, it may carry shame. If you give it peace, even a small amount of peace, it begins to learn that rest is safe. Tonight, let your subconscious mind receive peace, love, and safety. The subconscious does not need long speeches. It does not need hard words. It does not need pressure. It learns through simple messages repeated with feeling. A soft sentence can go deeper than a loud command. A gentle breath can teach more safety than forcing yourself to believe something you are not ready to believe. So tonight, do not speak to your deeper mind like a strict teacher. Speak like someone who loves you. Speak slowly. Speak warmly. Speak as if you are comforting the youngest part of yourself. The subconscious receives best when it does not feel attacked. It opens when the body feels safe enough to listen. If you have spent years telling yourself fearful things, be patient with your mind. Do not expect one night to erase every old message. A garden does not change because you water it once. It changes because you return with care. In the same way, your inner world changes when you return again and again with kinder words. I am safe tonight. I am allowed to rest. I release what I cannot control. Life is helping me in ways I cannot see. These words may feel small, but repeated with love, they become new roots. They begin to grow quietly beneath the surface of your life. The subconscious mind is always learning from what you repeat. It learns from the words you say. It learns from the thoughts you rehearse. It learns from the way you treat your body. It learns from the questions you ask at night. If you keep saying, "I am not safe," it learns fear. If you keep saying, "Nothing works for me," it learns defeat. If you keep saying, "I am always alone," it learns separation. But if you begin saying, "I am learning to feel safe," it learns a new possibility. If you say, "Support can find me," it begins to look for support. If you say, "I am becoming a peaceful home for myself," it begins to create that inner home. Tonight, you do not have to force belief. This is important. If a sentence feels too big, make it softer. If your mind cannot believe everything is perfect, do not say it. Say, "I am open to peace." If your mind cannot believe, "I am fully healed," say, "Healing is moving in me gently." If your mind cannot believe, "I trust everything," say, "I am willing to trust this breath." The body relaxes around truth that feels kind. The heart receives what does not feel like pressure. Healing words must be loving enough to enter. They do not need to be grand. They need to be gentle. Think of your subconscious like a child before sleep. If the child is scared, you do not shout, "Stop being afraid." You sit near the child. You lower your voice. You repeat simple words. "You are safe. I am here. You can rest." Nothing more is needed right now. That is how you speak to your own inner world tonight. Not with force, not with blame, not with hurry. You bring the voice you needed long ago. You become the voice that says, "I will not frighten you tonight. I will not leave you alone with fiat. Shay, I will guide you back to peace." Your body is part of this practice. The subconscious listens not only to words, but also to the body's signals. If the body is tight, the deeper mind may think danger is near. So let the body join the words. Let the shoulders fall. Let the jaw soften. Let the hands open. Let the breath slow down. You do not need to make the body perfectly relaxed. Just give it one small signal of safety. A slow exhale, a hand on the heart, a softer face, a quiet sentence. These small signals tell the deeper mind we are not fighting now. We are resting now. We are safe enough for this moment. There may be a part of your subconscious that still expects pain. Maybe it learned that love is not safe. Maybe it learned that money is always hard. Maybe it learned that rest is dangerous because something could go wrong. Maybe it learned that you must earn kindness by being useful. These old lessons may have been learned through real experiences, so do not shame them. They were formed when some part of you was trying to survive. But tonight, you can begin teaching a new lesson. Love can be safe. Support can come gently. Rest is allowed. I do not have to earn peace. I can receive care because I am worthy of care. The subconscious also receives through images. So tonight, imagine peace as warm light, not bright in a harsh way, soft like moonlight. Let it touch the mind. Let it move through the chest. Let it rest on the places that feel tired. Let it surround the heart without asking the heart to open quickly. Imagine your worries like leaves on water. They do not need to be pushed. They can float. One worry moves away, then another, then another. You remain here breathing, held by the quiet. This simple image can help the deeper mind understand release without needing many words. You can also imagine placing every problem into a loving hand. The worry about tomorrow, the sadness about the past, the fear about money, the pain around love, the question you cannot answer. Place them down one by one. You are not throwing them away. You are saying, I cannot carry these alone tonight. I let life hold what I cannot hold. The subconscious hears this as relief. It begins to understand that you are not required to control everything in order to be safe. You are allowed to rest while life continues to move in ways you cannot see. Before sleep, the deeper mind is open to identity. This means the words I am can be powerful. Use them carefully and kindly. Do not say, I am a failure. Do not say, I am too late. Do not say, I am always unlucky. These words become heavy when repeated. Choose words that guide you back to peace. I am safe in this moment. I am willing to receive support. I am learning a new way. I am loved by life. I am allowed to rest. I am becoming softer with myself. These sentences help the subconscious build a new picture of you, not as someone trapped in fear, but as someone returning to true. And if the mind argues, let it. Do not fight. If you say, I am safe, and the mind says, no, you are not, answer gently. I understand fear is here. I am safe enough for this breath. If you say, I am loved, and the mind says, I do not feel loved, answer gently. I am willing to receive love in small ways. If you say, I release the day, and the mind says, but what about tomorrow? Answer gently. Tomorrow can wait until morning. We are resting now. This is how you work with the subconscious. You do not force it into silence. You lead it with kindness. Your subconscious loves rhythm. That is why a simple nightly practice can be powerful. The same place, the same sentence, the same soft breath, the same hand on the heart, repeated often. Over time, the body begins to know what is coming. The mind begins to expect peace. The nervous system learns that night is not only a time for fear, it becomes a time for release. It becomes a time for being held. It becomes a time for the heart to receive the love it may not have received during the day. A gentle rhythm can heal more deeply than a harsh effort. Tonight, let your final words to yourself be words you would say to someone you dearly love. You would not say, "You failed today, now sleep with that." You would not say, "Tomorrow will be terrible, so stay tense." You would not say, "You are not enough, so keep proving." You would say, "Rest now. You did enough for today. We will meet tomorrow when it comes. You are safe here. You are loved here." Let that become your own voice. Let it become familiar. Let it become the sound your deeper mind hears before sleep. The subconscious also receives what you feel, not only what you say. So bring a feeling of softness if you can, even a small feeling. If you cannot feel love, feel willingness. If you cannot feel peace, feel the wish for peace. If you cannot feel trust, feel the desire to trust. These small feelings matter. The deeper mind does not need a perfect emotional state. It needs a direction. It needs to know where you are turning. Tonight, turn toward peace. Turn toward rest. Turn toward the possibility that life can help you even when you do not see the whole way. Let the old messages fade by not feeding them tonight. If the old message says, "I am not safe," answer, "I am safe enough for now." If it says, "Nothing changes," answer, "Something can begin inside me." If it says, "I am alone," answer, "I am here with myself and life is near." If it says, "I cannot rest until everything is solved," answer, "Rest helps me receive the next step." You are not fighting the old messages. You are replacing them softly and steadily. This is how the subconscious begins to turn, not through pressure, but through patient love. My subconscious mind receives peace, love, and safety tonight. Let that be the main thought. My subconscious mind receives peace, love, and safety tonight. The words are simple because the deepest healing often is simple. Peace for the mind, love for the heart, safety for the body. Let those three gifts move through you. Peace for the thoughts that have been running, love for the places that have felt unseen, safety for the body that has been holding too much. You do not have to know how the healing will happen. You only need to allow the message to enter. Tonight, your deeper mind does not need fear as its teacher. It can learn from love. It does not need shame as its guide. It can learn from kindness. It does not need pressure to become better. It can grow through safety. Let this night become a gentle classroom of peace. Let every breath teach the body that it can soften. Let every loving sentence teach the mind that it can rest. Let every quiet moment teach the heart that it does not have to stay guarded forever. You are not forcing a miracle. You are making room for one. So when you close your eyes, give the deeper mind one soft instruction. I am safe tonight. I am loved tonight. I release what I cannot control. Life is working for me in ways I cannot see. My heart is allowed to rest. Tomorrow can meet me with new light. Let the words move slowly. Let them be plain. Let them be enough. You do not have to repeat them perfectly. You do not have to feel something special. You only have to let them be near. The subconscious knows what to do with gentle repetition. It knows how to receive what is given with love. Now let this become a simple night practice, not a hard practice, not something you must do perfectly, not another thing to judge yourself about. This practice is only a soft way to help your mind, body, and heart prepare for rest. You can do it in bed. You can do it while sitting quietly. You can do it with your eyes open or closed. You can do it in a few minutes. The power is not in making it long. The power is in making it loving. Tonight, let the practice be simple enough that the heart can follow. I sleep in peace, and I wake with a softer heart. First, place one hand on your heart. If that does not feel right, place it on your belly, your chest, your shoulder, or anywhere that feels safe. Let the hand be a sign of presence. It says, I am here with you. I am not leaving you alone with the day. I am not leaving you alone with fear. I am not leaving you alone with the old story. The body understands touch. It understands warmth. It understands the quiet message of a hand that does not demand anything. Let your hand remind your body that you are no longer fighting yourself tonight. Now take one slow breath. You do not need to breathe perfectly. Just breathe a little more gently than before. Let the breath come in. Let it leave. With the breath leaving, imagine the day loosening. Imagine the body giving back what it does not need to hold. One breath can become a doorway. One breath can bring you back from tomorrow into now. One breath can remind the nervous system that at this moment is not the whole problem. It is only this moment. And in this moment, you are here. In this moment, you can soften a little. In this moment, peace can begin. Let the shoulders drop. So much of the day lives in the shoulders. The tasks, the pressure, the words left unsaid, the need to be strong, the feeling that everything is on you. Let them drop as much as they can. You do not have to carry your whole life in your shoulders tonight. Let the jaw soften. So many feelings hide there too. The words you swallowed, the tears you stopped, the tension you did not notice until now. Let the jaw know it can rest. Let the hands open. You do not have to grip the day anymore. You do not have to hold every answer. Let the body receive the message. Nothing more is required from me in this moment. Now whisper one peaceful sentence. Choose one that feels kind. I am safe tonight. Say it slowly. Let it touch the body. I am safe tonight. Maybe a part of you does not fully believe it yet. That is okay. Say it as an invitation, not a demand. Safe does not mean every part of life is solved. Safe means that in this breath you can soften. Safe means you do not have to fight the whole future right now. Safe means you can let the night hold you for a while. The body may need to hear it many times over many nights. Give it time. Then say, I am loved tonight. Not because every person has shown love perfectly, not because the world has always been gentle, but because love is deeper than one person's response. Love is the breath that keeps coming. Love is the part of you that still wants to heal. Love is the quiet voice that brought you here. Love is the hand on your heart. Love is the choice not to abandon yourself tonight. Let this sentence be wide. I am loved tonight. Let it include the love you give yourself. Let it include the love life can send in hidden ways. Let it include the love your heart is still learning to receive. Now say, I release what I cannot control. This sentence can feel like a deep exhale. There is so much you may be trying to hold. Other people's choices, tomorrow's timing, the past, the future, the way someone sees you, the way a door opens, the way life answers. Tonight, release what is not yours to carry. You are not giving up. You are giving the heavy thing back to life for now. You are saying, I will do my part when the time comes, but I will not carry what only fear wants me to carry tonight. I release what I cannot control. Now say, life is working for me in ways I cannot see. Let this sentence open space. The mind only sees the current scene. It sees the closed door, the empty space, the unanswered message, the slow healing, the unfinished path. But life is larger than what the eyes can measure tonight. There may be things forming quietly. There may be strength growing in you. There may be guidance coming through a delay. There may be protection in something that did not happen. There may be a new path gathering itself while you rest. You do not need to see everything for life to be moving. Life is working for me in ways I cannot see. Now say, my heart is allowed to rest. The heart may have been working all day, trying to understand, trying to forgive, trying to hope, trying not to break, trying to stay open, trying to be strong. Tell it now that it can rest. It does not have to keep searching tonight. It does not have to keep proving that it deserves love. It does not have to keep holding old pain in case letting go means the pain did not matter. Your pain mattered. Your love mattered. Your effort mattered. And still, your heart is allowed to rest. Let this be a kindness you give yourself before sleep. Now say, tomorrow can meet me with new light. You do not have to decide tonight that tomorrow will be hard. You do not have to bring old fear into a day that has not arrived. Let tomorrow have space to surprise you. Let morning bring a clearer thought. Let rest bring a softer body. Let life bring one small opening. Tomorrow may not be perfect, but it can meet you differently if you do not fill it with fear before it comes. Say, tomorrow can meet me with new light. Let the mind loosen its grip on the future. After these words, do not chase a feeling. Do not ask, did it work? Do not check your heart every second to see if peace has arrived. Let the practice be enough. The seed does not need to be dug up after it is planted. You have given the mind peace. You have given the body safety. You have given the heart love. Now let the night carry it deeper. Rest is not something you force. It is something you allow. If sleep comes quickly, receive it. If sleep takes time, stay gentle. Keep returning to one sentence. I am safe tonight. If a worry returns during the practice, do not treat it like failure. The mind may bring old thoughts because that is what it has practiced. Just return to the breath. Return to the hand. Return to the sentence. This return is the practice. Not perfect peace. Return. The mind wanders and you return. Fear speaks and you return. The body tightens and you return. The old story appears and you return. Every return teaches the subconscious that you are choosing a new way. This is gentle strength. This is quiet healing. You may also use this practice when you wake during the night. If you wake with fear, do not immediately believe every thought. The middle of the night can make worries look larger than they are. Place your hand on your heart again. Breathe. Say, I am safe in this moment. I do not need to solve this now. My body can rest. Life is still with me. Keep it very simple. The night mind does not need long thinking. It needs safety. It needs the feeling that you are not going to scare yourself deeper into fear. This night practice can become your little ritual. Over time, the body may begin to recognize it. The hand on the heart means safety. The slow breath means release. The sentence means rest is coming. The body learns by repeated love. It begins to trust the pattern. It begins to understand that the end of the day does not have to be filled with worry. It can be filled with care. It can be filled with release. It can be filled with the soft reminder that you are worthy of peace, not only after everything is fixed, but now. You can change the affirmations depending on what your heart needs. If love is the wound, say, I am open to love that is safe and kind. If money is the worry, say, I am open to support, ideas, and peaceful abundance. If health is the concern, say, dear body, I am listening and I support you with love. If the past feels heavy, say, I release one layer of the past tonight. If the future feels scary, say, I meet the future one step at a time. Let the words match the wound. Let them be soft enough to enter. The practice is not about saying many things. It is about saying true things with tenderness. One honest sentence can be more healing than 100 forced words. If you can only say, I am willing, that is enough. I am willing to rest. I am willing to receive peace. I am willing to be kinder to myself. I am willing to let life help me. Willingness is a door. It does not demand that you feel fully ready. It simply says, I am open. That is powerful. Sometimes the whole night changes because one part of you becomes willing to stop fighting. Now let the affirmations move again, like a soft wave through your inner world. I am safe tonight. I am loved tonight. I release what I cannot control. Life is working for me in ways I cannot see. My heart is allowed to rest. Tomorrow can meet me with new light. I sleep in peace and I wake with a softer heart. Do not rush them. Let each sentence have space. Let each one land where it can. The mind may only receive one. The body may only believe one. That is enough. One loving sentence can open the night. Maybe these words came to you at the right time. Maybe not by accident. Maybe not because you were searching for something random, but because a quiet part of you was ready to be comforted. Maybe your heart needed to hear that it does not have to keep carrying the day alone. Maybe your mind needed a softer question. Maybe your body needed permission to rest. Maybe your soul needed one simple reminder that life has not forgotten you. This was sent to reach the place inside you that still hopes, even if that hope has become very quiet. Sometimes the right message finds you when you are not sure what you need. You may think you need answers, but what you really need first is peace. You may think you need the future to change tonight, but what you really need first is a safe place inside yourself. You may think you need someone else to finally understand, but what you really need first is to stop abandoning your own heart. The message that reaches you at night does not always solve the whole story. Sometimes it helps you breathe inside the story. Sometimes it helps you stop making pain your only truth. Sometimes it gives you enough softness to continue. Maybe tonight is not the end of your hope. Maybe tonight is the beginning of your return to peace. A return does not have to be loud. It can be quiet. It can be one small moment when you choose not to follow the old fear. It can be one breath where you stop blaming yourself. It can be one sentence that feels like warmth in the chest. It can be the choice to sleep instead of replaying pain. It can be the choice to ask life a gentle question instead of a fearful one. These little returns matter. They are how the heart finds its way home. If you have been waiting for a sign, let this be enough for tonight. Not a sign that tells you every detail of what will happen. Not a sign that removes every unknown. But a sign that says, do not give up on your own heart. A sign that says, your pain is not the end of your story. A sign that says, you are still able to receive peace. A sign that says, rest is allowed. A sign that says, the night can hold you while life continues to work in hidden ways. Sometimes the sign is not an answer. Sometimes the sign is comfort. If you have been feeling forgotten, let these words speak to that wound. You are not forgotten by life. You may be in a quiet season. You may be in a waiting season. You may be in a healing season where many things are happening inside you before they appear outside you. But quiet is not the same as absence. Waiting is not the same as rejection. Healing slowly is not the same as failing. Your life is still moving. Your heart is still learning. Your soul is still listening. There is still light for you, even if tonight you can only see a little. If you have been feeling tired, let this message be permission to stop fighting for a while. You do not have to hold the whole world together tonight. You do not have to be strong in the same way you were during the day. You do not have to have the answer ready. You do not have to explain your heart to anyone in this moment. You can rest. You can let the body be heavy. You can let the breath be slow. You can let life hold what you cannot hold. There is no shame in being tired. A tired heart is not a failed heart. It is a heart asking for care. If you have been blaming yourself, let mercy reach you now. You are allowed to learn without hating yourself. You are allowed to change without making your past an enemy. You are allowed to forgive yourself in layers. You are allowed to say, I did not know then what I know now. You are allowed to begin again without proving that you deserve another chance. Life gives mornings freely. The breath returns freely. The heart can soften again. Tonight, let mercy be stronger than judgment. Let the voice inside you become less sharp. Let one kind thought stand where blah, me has been standing for too long. If you have been afraid of tomorrow, let the future stay where it is for now. Tomorrow has not asked you to carry it tonight. You may meet it with more strength after rest. You may see a step that is not visible from fear. You may wake with a calmer body and a clearer mind. Do not decide from exhaustion that everything will be hard. Do not let the night mind write the whole future. Say, tomorrow can come with new light. I will meet it one step at a time. I do not need to live it before it arrives. This message was sent to reach the part of you that still believes in peace. Maybe that part has been hidden under worry. Maybe it has been covered by old pain. Maybe it has been quiet because life felt heavy. But it is still there. It is the part of you that stayed. It is the part that kept listening. It is the part that wants to stop being cruel to yourself. It is the part that knows there must be another way to live inside your own mind. Protect that part. Feed it with gentle words. Let it grow stronger through small choices. It may become the new voice you trust. Now let these simple truths come near. I am safe. Not because every question is answered, but because I can rest in this breath. I am loved. Not because every person has shown love perfectly, but because love is still alive within me and around me. I am guided. Not because I can see the whole path, but because one step can appear when I'm ready to take it. I am not alone. Not because the room must be full, but because life is still with me in quiet ways. I release the day. I trust the night. I welcome peace. Let those words become like a soft cover over your mind. I am safe. I am loved. I am guided. I am not alone. I release the day. I trust the night. I welcome peace. Let them move through the body slowly. Let them touch the places that have been tense. Let them stand near the thoughts that have been afraid. Let them become the last message you offer yourself tonight. Not fear, not shame, not regret. Peace, a simple peace, a gentle peace, a peace that does not need perfection before it arrives. Rest now, my dear. Let your heart be soft. Let your mind become quiet in its own time. Let your body feel that it does not have to hold every worry tonight. What you cannot solve, place down for now. What you cannot understand, allow to rest in the hands of life. What you cannot change this moment, meet with one breath of love. You have carried enough for today. You have thought enough, tried enough, held enough, and hoped enough. Now let the night be a place where you stop fighting yourself. Let this be the final message you give your inner world. I do not have to earn peace. I can receive it now. I do not have to be perfect to rest. I can rest as I am. I do not have to know the whole way. I can trust the next gentle step. I do not have to keep punishing myself for the past. I can learn and still love myself. I do not have to sleep with fear in my heart. I can give my mind a softer path tonight. May your thoughts become lighter. May your body feel safer. May your heart loosen its grip on the day. May the old fear lose some of its power. May the places inside you that feel tired receive deep kindness. May the part of you that has been waiting for comfort finally feel seen. May the night bring quiet healing to places you do not know how to reach. May sleep become a soft river that carries away what you no longer need to hold. You are safe enough for this breath. You are loved enough for this night. You are guided enough for the next step. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too far from peace. Something in you is already returning. Something in you is already softening. Something in you is already choosing a new way. Let that be enough. Let the heart stop searching for proof. Let the body stop preparing for pain. Let the mind rest from trying to control every unknown. Tonight, give yourself one beautiful question and let it carry you into sleep. Why is peace finding me now? Why is life supporting me in gentle ways? Why is my heart learning to trust again? Choose one. Hold it softly, then release it. Do not chase the answer. Let life answer through rest, through timing, through tomorrow's light, through a calmer thought, through a quiet sign, through a small opening you could not see before. Rest now. Let your breathing slow. Let the day end. Let the night hold what you cannot carry. Let your soul remember that it is not lost. Let your heart remember that it can heal. Let your mind remember that it can learn peace. You are safe. You are loved. You are guided. You are not alone. You release the day. You trust the night. You welcome peace. Life loves you, and so do I.